What's going on, guys? Your boy Ryan here. I am back. You guys notice something? Because I noticed something very, very distinctive. I hear nothing but silence. Nothing but silence. Notice how it was all loud 2 days ago? Remember how a certain group was just screaming through the top of their lungs that ponies were done, PC is irrelevant, all this, that, and the third. Remember how they were screaming all these things and that people were going to bow down to Phil and all this? And yet, yesterday was probably the most unbelievable day I've ever seen for them in terms of just being exposed. I never thought in a million years that we were gotten this far in terms of just laughing at this particular group. But again, that just goes to show that these people are just silly to the truth, and they're just they turn a blind eye to things that shouldn't be turned a blind eye to. So as we continue talking, obviously, why are we talking about them? Why do we care anymore? Well, I just find it funny because they're saying everything that we've been saying for months. We said that Forza is not enough. We said that Forza looks good in the cars or in the environments, but it doesn't look that great in the cars. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look that great. It looks like a good game when it's all in one seamless motion. You know what I mean? With the water and everything, it looks good. But you got these Xbox fanboys saying that it's not good now. They're agreeing with us. They're saying, yeah, the game is just not that great this time around. I'm looking at it like, weren't you the same one that was just screaming at through the top of your lungs, calling people ponies, racial slurs, saying that, oh, this game is this, that, and the third. This game is going to look this much better, and that this game is better than, GT Sport. You're mad because it got a GT Sport got a 7. The reason why Forza got a 9 is because Forza's graphics are just untouched by a PC. And I'm sitting there just scratching my head like, this has got to be the dumbest question or comment I've ever seen. You got dudes already trying to damage control that video, by the way, saying that that gameplay is not from the Xbox One X. It's from a PC. Guys, it's the Xbox One X specifications running on a PC. It's a PC running with the Xbox One X specs, okay? You got people coming at me now saying, all the games you listed in these videos are in pre-alpha, but yet, if I go to those comment sections of those videos with Digital Foundry, which you guys, praising and screaming to the top of your lungs, calling people ponies, if I go to the comment section, I see nothing but you guys, saying it's over, this is this is this, that, and the third. But yet, the moment someone like me calls in the facts, the moment someone like me just opens that, just lets it out, you know what I'm saying? They speak their mind, tell you how it is. You morons go full ballistic, and then you look stupid on the internet, and then you cry when I don't take you seriously. You cry because I don't listen to you. I don't need to listen to you. I've already waited for this Xbox. I've waited. Okay, I've given Microsoft chances. I'm not retards like you. I'm not an abused housewife. I don't keep going back to the same company that keeps abusing me by not giving me what I paid for. And no, I ain't doing that. I'm not like you guys. Okay, I don't have that retarded patience. And this isn't really a patience. This is just more of a cop out. You dudes just that retarded. You just don't want to admit defeat and move on. Half of you dudes talking about RAM specifications. You guys talking about CPUs. All this, that, and the third. I just find it funny. Before the Xbox One X even came out, right? None of you were talking about CPUs. None of you were talking about GPUs. None of you were talking about RAM. We were just talking about games. That's what this whole argument should have been on anyway. It should have been about games in this long run. But nah, we changed the argument from games to just power. You got dudes damage controlling this still, saying that the PS4 outsold the Xbox because it had the most power. And I'm like, no. There were numerous factors helping the PS4 outsell the Xbox One. Number one, it was more powerful. Yes, that is true. But it wasn't that crazy much powerful. It was only a little bit powerful. Just like the Xbox One X over the Pro, pretty much. It's a little bit more powerful. So you look at that. And the reason I say a little bit more powerful, because that GPU that's significantly more powerful than the PS4 Pros is gimped by that CPU. That's why I said it's a little bit powerful. The CPU gimps that GPU. You're not getting that GPU's full potential, which is why I said the Xbox One X is a joke. It should have never really came out to begin with. If we really were going to get an Xbox One X, we should have got that with the PS5. That would have made more sense. The PS5 would have launched with the Xbox One X, and that would have been a better matchup because the Xbox One X would have a better CPU over this, crappy CPU that they put in here now. That's basically the PS4 Pros, but they're lying to you again with this whole custom thing. It's the exact same CPU. You're getting the exact same results. Hence why Digital Foundry keeps saying bottleneck in every one of their videos when they're talking about the games. But a lot of you don't know what a bottleneck is. Let me go ahead and explain what a bottleneck is, because a lot of you are just silly and you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to tech. Even though you guys claim you own degrees in technology, which had me laughing. Remember, again, all these retards coming out of the blue saying they own degrees in technology, they only just now started coming out because this console's getting ready to launch. I find it funny. You guys are that stupid on the internet. And let me tell you something. All you claim you got degrees in technology, yeah, you don't know what hertz on a monitor stand for. You don't know what RAM. You don't even know what the importance of RAM is. You don't know what RAM really does for a console. You don't know what the CPU does for a console. That right there automatically just tells me you're a fraud, and I immediately bench, and then you get mad why you got benched because you're retarded. You don't even know what a CPU or a GPU does, but yeah, you claim to me you have a degree in tech. What school did you graduate from? Because let me tell you something, you need to get your money back because you're not gonna get any jobs. I'm telling you right now, you're not. Anyway, moving on, right? Moving on past that. So we look at the Xbox One X, okay? And we look at the GPU. The GPU in the Xbox One X is a beefy GPU. It's legit better than a PS4 Pro. It surpasses the PS4 Pro. However, what I said by bottleneck is this. When you have a bottleneck of a CPU, if your GPU is trying to hit 100% and your CPU can only hit 30, 40%, guess what? Your GPU has to stop going to 100% and go down to meet the requirements of the CPU. The CPU can't go past that. Like the GPU can't go past what the CPU can handle. The CPU is the central processing unit that processes everything. You need that to be leveled out. If it goes past that and your CPU can't handle it, guess what? Your console will not work. Your console needs to be able to handle that with the CPU. The CPU in this console is not that good. That's why a lot of these games that you see that are CPU heavy. For example, the Uncharted, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. I dare you, if you have a day one PS4 like I do, plug that into your PS4, right? Plug the disc in your PS4 and then run that game. Watch you hear your fans go full blazing. Watch you hear those turbines, or not turbine, but watch you hear those flames go. That's your CPU being pushed to its limit. It's being pushed. Okay, that's something that this CPU will not do. Like, or that's something will happen with the Xbox One X, because the GPU can only handle that so much. Now, if you keep pushing it higher and the CPU can't go past that, it's going to get louder, the CPU. A lot of you talking about this thing is quiet. I'm like, okay, sure, it's quiet, but have we run any demanding games on this thing yet? I'm talking about legit has somebody, with a microphone on the console. Have we ran anything like significantly, more demanding than anything else? Have we ran anything like that yet? I know we ran Quantum Break, but there's no sound test for Quantum Break. I wonder why, especially with those terrible frame rates. But again, that CPU is getting pushed to its limit. That CPU cannot handle everything that's on that screen. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's crappy. It's a cop-out. $500 is where they had to cut this console. I guarantee you, if this would have came out the PS5, it would have been $600. It probably would have like a Ryzen-like CPU, and you guys would have been happy in the long run. Because I would have been happy in the long run. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the same thing would have went to Sony. Sony would have had a Ryzen CPU, and Sony would have had a beefy GPU, and we would be set for next generation. We don't even have to have this conversation about CPUs, GPUs. We could have just been talking about games. I understand you guys ain't got no games. I understand. Even though you got some more and showing up that old list of games talking about, oh yeah, well, we got Sea of Thieves, Crackdown, it's not through. And I'm like, dog, not a single one of those games are exclusives. Not a single one of those games are an incentive for you to buy an Xbox One. So let's not lie to ourselves. Let's be honest. Those games are not incentives. They're not incentives. But again, I already know what's gonna happen. And hey, I'm down for it. I'll wait. But I'm telling you right now, all you dudes who are just screaming, all you dudes that are just screaming media bias, all you dudes like going, oh well, this console, this, that, and the third, You ponies just think of anything to come up with because you guys are mad at the X, right? Because, you know, apparently you guys think I am scared of the Xbox One X. I hate to break it to you guys. Not only am I on PlayStation, I am on PC. My PC stomps the Xbox One X. My PC stomps the PS4 Pro. Okay, I'm not in this debate thing when it comes to arguing about power. Why? Because power is nothing when you don't have the talent to back it up. Look at what Sony has with less power, and look what the quality they're pumping out with less power on the PS4. Look what they're doing. Less powerful, and they're pumping out these quality games like Spider-Man, Days Gone, all this. That's less powerful than the Xbox One X, but you guys don't want to see that. You guys want to scream and say media bias. This is what I'm saying. You can have all the power in the world. You guys talk about money in the world, all the money you have in the world, but at the end of the day, if you don't have the talent, then that makes your power in this console 110% useless. And I'm sorry, but that's not an opinion. That is a fact. And before I get some retard saying no, the Xbox One X is useful because it has 4K streaming, right? I'm going to go ahead and hit you guys with some knowledge here because I don't think we got any confirmation that they fixed this. But for the 4K streaming, right, you guys are hyping up something that the DVR and the Xbox One won't even allow you, like won't even allow you to do in terms of like recording. Yes, you can stream in 4K, sure, but one thing the Xbox One X won't probably do is let you record your voiceover and add commentary to these, to this gameplay over, because the DVR in the Xbox One. If you look at the Xbox One S and the Xbox One, the DVR in that thing does not allow you to record your voiceover. So with that being said, look at the Xbox One X and then come back at me and tell me, did they fix that question? Did they fix that or not? Because something tells me they didn't fix that. They just do that in there. They just updated it a little bit, say, hey, here's 4K streaming. And then they sold it, they slapped it on the box to try to get you to buy. And you morons are eating it up. You morons, not the real gamers. The real gamers are laughing at you for overspending $500 because a lot of you are just hypocrites at the end of the day. A lot of you claim you didn't care about graphics. You didn't care about the superior multipliers. All you care about was games. And we're like, hey, we're with you on that. Games were not coming out on Xbox. Now you flipped and did a full reversal. You got to do is go full retard, say, no, it's about power. Power. And I'm just laughing. I'm like, dude, it's not about power. It's more than that. You need games. You need games to show off your own console, and you need to show off your own identity. You need your own identity in the console market. Microsoft does not have their own identity. Sony and Nintendo, they have their identity. That's why they are mopping the floor this gen with Microsoft. And that is, again, that's not an opinion. That's factual, man. You might not like it. Hey, you ain't gotta like it, but you're gonna have to deal with it. And that's the video, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you guys later. I'm going to be doing gaming news hopefully tomorrow. So that's it, man. I just want to get that out there because I love when you guys go silent because it makes me it gives me time to sit down and just absorb it all in, or breathe it all in, so to speak, and just laugh at the outcomes of everything. You got morons coming here just flip-flopping, saying, oh, what about ponies talking about power last year? I'm like, well, I look at it like this, guys. I look like this. You got a point there, but let's look at the base Xbox One before I go. Let's look at the base Xbox One. When the base Xbox One came out, what was you really catering towards? Was it catering to you Xbox fans like you guys claim the Xbox One X is catering to you? Because I hate to break it to you, the Xbox One X ain't catering to you. Because if it was catering to you, you would have 1080p 60 on all games. It's not catering to you. This is just a cop-out to get some hype for their shareholders, to get them out of the bad graces of what they're doing right now. That's what's going on. They do not care about Xbox. They're pushing Xbox to becoming a Steam service, and they want you to follow, but you idiots don't want to see that. So that excludes the Xbox One X, right? Let's look at the Xbox One. When the Xbox One dropped, the Xbox One cost how much? $500, right? And yet the max resolution that thing was pumping out, I'm talking about the max, was 900p. 900p. And I wonder why. Why was it pumping out 900p? Because of DRM and the Kinect. They wanted to control the way you played. They wanted to have you recognize your face. That's why they had so much emphasis on the voice or the face recognition. You guys remember that too. I remember Next Gen remembers that retarded thing because he looked stupid in this video. And he was like, hey, Xbox, hey. Well, okay, it doesn't recognize me today, but Xbox. I'm like, dog, do you not even realize what you're doing? It's taking pictures of your face for voice recognition. It's doing all this retarded stuff for DRM. It's pretty obvious Microsoft wanted to dictate how you want to play. DRM in general, the way you traded with your friends and all that. I remember retards were trying to defend that too, saying, well, I still own the game. It's still mine. I'm sitting there going, no, you don't. They dictate how you play. You don't own the games. It's like Apple with iTunes. You don't own these games. The moment your membership is gone, your games, your library, everything you own is gone. That is exactly what Microsoft wanted to do. They wanted to be always online, but you had to check in these consoles in on the internet every single time. Otherwise, it would brick and you cannot access the console. Why? Because Microsoft knew what they were trying to do. They wanted to control ads on your screen. They wanted to advertise this retarded stuff to from their partners to you directly and all this silly stuff. And that's exactly what they wanted to do, especially with them spying going. You seen what's going on. That's exactly what they wanted to do. Imagine the kind of, like, come on, I'm gonna throw this unrealistic scenario in it, but imagine Microsoft legit caught a bank robbery, or not bank robbery, but a home invasion. Imagine they caught a home invasion. Imagine if they caught like somebody with drugs on the Kinect, and that thing was always online recording you. Imagine the type of buzz the Xbox would have gotten if they would have gotten away with that. They would have sold a lot more. A lot of people would have saw the Xbox more as just a console. They would have saw it more as like a home entertainment type of security type of thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of thing Microsoft was trying to go for. They were trying to branch out into more things. That's exactly what they were trying to do. But people don't want to see that. People don't want to see that. Nah. They want to lie and say, well, no, you guys are hypocrites. The only hypocrites are you guys. You guys claim the resolution didn't work. You claim resolution wasn't important. You claim third-party games wasn't important. You claim third-party deals wasn't important. You guys claim that all this wasn't indies wasn't important. Remember, indies is for Japanese rice eaters. Remember that? And you guys claim that Japanese games are not, are a disgrace to America. So you got to be an American owner to, you have to support Japanese or American products for you to be considered a gamer. Now look at you. You flip-flop. Third-party deals matter because you're all hyping up Assassin's Creed, even though you all know who's going to buy it over you guys. PlayStation guys are going to buy it before you guys even touch it because you guys don't play these games. So you guys hyping up Assassin's Creed. I mean, and if you don't believe me, let me tell you how I base my logic on that statement. If you guys are hyping up Cuphead for 2 years, right? Cuphead, and you guys, it's $20, right? You got more ones coming at me left and right. It's $20. Okay, cool, $20. And yet, none of you bought it? None of you? More people on PC bought it? That right there paints a picture of what I'm dealing with on the internet. You guys are not supporting the very games that you're hyping up. And I know I'm rambling at this point. I just want to get this across. So you talked about that right there, right? Your games you're not buying. You talked about third-party deals, how they don't matter, yet you're hyping up Assassin's Creed and all these other games. You talked about what did you say? You talked about DRM, how DRM is fine, this and the third. Then you flip-flopped at E3 when you got your eyes opened by Sony. Yeah, it's ridiculous the amount of flip-flopping that you guys have done this gen. It paints a distinctive picture of the level of defeat that you guys have went through. This just shows how the mighty have fallen. And that at the end of the day, man, if you... Some people might not like it, but they're going to deal with it, man. That's just how it is. Maybe next year, or next generation, I'm sorry, we'll see the return of Microsoft to form. But something tells me we won't even see an Xbox because this Xbox One X is heading down. Whoo-wee. And it's sad, too, because the console's actually got a lot of potential. But it's heading down the wrong path, thanks to you guys, because you guys are set the message that you don't buy games. So it is what it is. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm out of here. Deuces.